Romans and Egyptians doing the same thing. They had a lot of sun worship, and it was like they didn't have certainly red light panels or any of that nonsense. They were like, hey, we're going to go out and get in the sun because we're understanding practices. And if you go back to like the 1903, I think it is, there was a guy named Niels Finsen who was like, oh, what's happening with my patients in the hospital is I'm wheeling them out, like a lot of manpower, but wheel the patients out into the sun for a little while in the morning and noticing health outcomes improving, and then trying to kind of spread the word on that. But then pharmaceutical industry, sure. Pharma comes in and they're like, oh, it's so much easier to give someone a pill. We don't have to do all these man hours or this labor to get people in and outside. And it's a whole thing. And then it sort of falls out of favor, right? And then it's like years and years later, there's a discovery of like a ruby laser and low level therapy. And they're doing trials in with mice and rats and, getting us to the place where we are now, where there's like in vitro studies and human studies for 50 years and NASA's using red light therapy, makes it feel like we've come a long way, baby.
Well, there were if you look at homes that were like, right around that time, every one of them had what they called like sanatoriums, where they had those outdoor sitting rooms so that you could sit out in the morning, drink your coffee and get direct sunlight. Yeah. And so like they had sunrooms. That was like a real trendy deal. So I bought when I lived in Newport Beach, I had an older house that had that. And the people, it was kind of like a weird room on the side, and they enclosed it in. And I remember being like, what is this? And in the original deals, it was like a sunroom, so that they could sit out there and like get direct sunlight in a room.